Have you ever stopped to consider how your current lifestyle affects your wealth? A question we often brush aside, but one that holds the key to understanding our financial health. Today we're diving into the intriguing world of minimalism, a philosophy that's much more than just decluttering your home. It's about choosing experiences over possessions, quality over quantity, and ultimately, finding the wealth in simplicity. Minimalism promotes the idea of living with less, but not compromising on the essentials that enrich our lives. It's about stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on what truly matters. This approach can lead to a surprising accumulation of wealth, not just in terms of money, but in time, peace, and happiness too. In this video, we'll be unraveling the principles of minimalism and showcasing how it can be a stepping stone to financial freedom. We'll also be sharing success stories of individuals who've embraced this lifestyle and reaped its benefits. Let's explore how minimalism can pave the way to wealth. Ready? Dive in. Meet John, a self-made millionaire who attributes his wealth to his minimalist lifestyle. John's story is not your typical rags-to-riches tale. He didn't win the lottery, nor did he inherit a fortune. Instead, he carefully crafted his wealth on the principles of minimalism. It all started when he was in his mid-20s. Struggling with the daily grind and the pressure to keep up with the Joneses, he found himself in a constant race for more possessions, more status, more debt. One day, John stumbled upon a book about minimalism. It spoke about the freedom that comes with owning less and focusing on what truly matters. Intrigued, he decided to give it a shot. He started decluttering, getting rid of things he didn't need or didn't bring him joy. The process was liberating. Not only did he gain physical space, but he also found mental clarity. He realized that he had been spending his hard-earned money on things that didn't add value to his life. With this newfound perspective, John's spending habits changed dramatically. He began to question every purchase, asking himself if it was necessary or if it was just another attempt to fill a void. He started to save money, not because he was earning more, but because he was spending less. As his savings grew, John took it a step further. He began investing his money, educating himself about stocks, bonds, and real estate. Slowly but surely, his investments started to pay off, and before he knew it, he had become a millionaire. Not because he chased wealth, but because he pursued a simpler, more meaningful life. What's remarkable about John's journey is not just the wealth he amassed, but the peace and contentment he found in the process. He discovered that the pursuit of less is not about deprivation, but about removing the excess to make room for what truly matters. John's story is an eye-opener, isn't it? But he isn't the only one. This is the story of the Smiths, a family of 4 living comfortably on a single income thanks to minimalism. Meet the Smiths. They're just like any other typical family with 2 kids, a dog, and a house in the suburbs. But there's something distinct about them. They've chosen to live a minimalist lifestyle. Now, you might be wondering, how does a family of 4 manage to adopt minimalism? Well, it wasn't an overnight transformation. Initially, they took baby steps, decluttering their house, getting rid of unnecessary items, and focusing on what truly mattered to them. They discovered that less was indeed more. Less clutter meant less stress, and a simpler lifestyle led to a happier family. But minimalism for the Smiths wasn't just about decluttering their house. It extended to their spending habits as well. They became mindful shoppers, focusing on needs over wants. They traded in their 2 cars for 1, they started growing their own vegetables, and they even cut down on eating out. They realized that by living frugally, they were not only saving money, but also living a more fulfilled and content life. The Smiths started to notice a significant increase in their savings. This wasn't just money saved from reduced spending, but also from selling items they no longer needed. They began to invest this money, creating a safety net for their family. Their journey into minimalism also led them to value experiences over material possessions. They started spending more time together as a family, creating memories rather than accumulating stuff. They discovered that the joy of living a minimalist lifestyle was not in the absence of things, but in the presence of life's real treasures: love, joy, and family. Minimalism has given the Smiths a life of abundance, not in terms of material possessions, but in terms of happiness, peace, and financial security. They have proven that minimalism is not just for individuals, but can be adopted by families as well. The Smith family proves that minimalism isn't just for singles, but how about a young professional? Let's look at Lisa, a young professional who's building her wealth through minimalism. Fresh out of college and into the corporate world, Lisa was living the high life. The paycheck was substantial, and so were her expenses. Designer clothes, upscale dining, the latest gadgets, she had it all. But despite the outward show of success, she felt a growing unease. She realized she was living paycheck to paycheck with no savings or investments to her name. That's when Lisa stumbled upon the concept of minimalism. Intrigued, she dived into learning more about it, reading blogs, watching documentaries, and even attending seminars. She was drawn to the idea of consciously reducing possessions and focusing on what truly mattered. Lisa started her minimalism journey by decluttering her home. Out went the unworn clothes, unused gadgets, and unwanted gifts. She adopted a mindful shopping approach, asking herself if she really needed an item before purchasing it. The result? She was spending less, a lot less. Next, Lisa turned her focus to her lifestyle. She started cooking at home more, realizing the joy in preparing her own meals. She traded expensive gym memberships for outdoor runs and home workouts. She swapped nights out at fancy clubs for cozy gatherings at home with friends. With the money she saved, Lisa started investing. She educated herself about stocks, bonds, and real estate investments. She started small, but as her knowledge grew, so did her investment portfolio. Today, Lisa is not just a young professional with a good job. She's a young professional with a growing wealth portfolio. She's living proof that you don't need to earn a fortune to build one. You just need to be mindful of how you spend your money and where you invest it. Lisa's experience shows that minimalism can work for anyone, regardless of age or career. It's not about depriving yourself of joy, but about finding joy in what really matters. And in the process, you just might find yourself building wealth, just like Lisa. John, the Smith family, and Lisa have shown us that minimalism can lead to wealth. Let's revisit their stories, shall we? John, a self-made millionaire, chose to live a minimalist lifestyle to focus on the things that truly matter. He traded his luxury car for a reliable, eco-friendly one, sold his big house to live in a cozy apartment, and invested his savings wisely. His wealth didn't come from his earnings alone, but also from the money he saved and invested due to his minimalist lifestyle. Then we have the Smith family, who showed us that minimalism is not just for single folks, but can be adopted by families too. They reduced their expenses by cutting out unnecessary purchases and focused on creating memorable experiences instead. By saving on the small things, they were able to put away a significant amount for their future and their children's education. Next, we met Lisa, a young professional who is just starting her journey to financial freedom. She's embraced minimalism by living in a small apartment, avoiding impulse purchases, and prioritizing her needs over wants. Despite her modest income, she's been able to save a substantial amount, proving that you don't need a six-figure salary to accumulate wealth. So how can you implement minimalism in your life? Start by identifying what's essential and eliminate the rest. It's not about depriving yourself, but about making conscious choices. It's about investing in things that bring you joy and cutting out the clutter that doesn't add value to your life. And remember, every dollar saved is a dollar earned. By embracing minimalism, we can reduce our financial stress, save more, and ultimately accumulate wealth. It's a journey, not a destination. It requires commitment, discipline, and a shift in mindset. But the rewards, as we've seen from our case studies, can be significant. So is minimalism the secret to wealth? It could be. The choice is yours.